You're listening to Fucks Given, the one where we talk about sex positions.
Ooh.
Hi, Reed.
Hi, Florence. How are you doing today?
Shit. Like, so shit. Not gonna lie.
Please, baby girl, no. Why? What's going on?
I just found out that, I had my broken laptop. I just found out that they can't retrieve any of the data from it. My whole life is lost. Yeah, that's so dramatic.
Oh, babe, I'm so sorry.
I know.
It honestly feels like that, though. It feels like it's like when you lose a phone and you're like, my soul, especially all the photos that haven't been backed up.
Exactly. I don't know what was. I just also don't really even know what was on there that I haven't had backed up as well. So that's also quite like a.
Yeah, like anxiety giving.
Yeah, but
because it's just like I might lose out on stuff. It's good in a way if you don't remember, if it's not something like, oh my god, I'm going to miss this, this and this. Things might pop up later, but silver linings. There's nothing major there that you're going, I will have a breakdown if I lose this. Like there's always solutions.
Very nearly that could have happened because I was writing my book proposal and I'm pretty sure that wasn't saved. But I luckily emailed it to my literary agent. Like,
oh god,
so
dear God,
thank God, because I would have just been like, holy fucking shit.
You just give up. You give up on life. Be like, I'm done.
Right?
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Imagine,
I tried.
like losing a whole book. And like you actually have to start again from scratch. I know, obviously, when people like are writing essays and stuff, and their laptop fails them, and then they have to write the whole essay again. And the other shit thing is that my BV's back after having sex.
No, I mean, you had sex, so let's talk about that. But no, on the BV, fuck you, BV.
This is why I'm in a really bad mood today.
You're allowed to be in that bad fucking mood. that you have every right to be. And fuck, that's so shit.
I know.
I'm sorry about your JJ.
I'm just like.
But also, she got some. Please.
She did get some.
I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that? Is she happy with it?
She was very happy actually at the time.
Hey, nice. Yeah,
at the time
she'd be needing to be filled.
Yes, and it'd been a little while as well from having sex and having like good sex too. That was like lovely and intimate, and it was a good experience. I actually recorded the first date, which was like just before we had sex, and that went out today. On Love High.
On Love High. Yes. You got to listen to it, guys. It's Florence's new podcast all about love.
Yeah. So if you want to know what happened just before we had sex.
Yes, I really want to listen to that. That sounds so good. Is it awkward or is it okay?
I don't know. Like, it's really hard, like, listening back to it and knowing whether it's, like, cringe. To me, it's cringe as fuck. Like, hearing myself flirt.
That's the best thing ever.
And then I have like a really awfully loud laugh. I think I'm like, when you're laughing at someone that you're on a date and you laugh like too much and you're like, oh my god, you're so funny.
Like the giggly laugh. When Sam and I did the vlog on going through our first ever messages on Field and WhatsApp, we listened to some of our first ever voice notes to each other, and I was screaming because I have like the horny flirty voice, which sounds like really cool and calm and tired, and I was like, oh my god, it's not me animated and excited. It's just so like
cringe.
Yeah, I guess that's like okay. It sounds really good. All this stuff. It's just like that really like
sexy.
Trying to be so sexy. I mean, it fucking worked.
I mean, this worked too because I got laid afterwards.
Right? As much as I think we just cringe out at ourselves, but we go into a different mode. We go into like a different personality when we're with someone we're attracted to.
Yes.
And we sort of play this character of what we think is sexy, and therefore we do it. Yeah. So I think mine's like the porny like phone voice.
Yeah, your phone voice.
For sure.
I don't know I don't know who this is. Like, don't know who she is.
Don't know who this motherfucker is.
I don't know if she's sexy. I don't think so. Like, I don't think.
I mean,
well,
like, this person's getting fucking laid, Florence, so we can't give her that much shit.
This is very true. This is very true.
She's doing something right.
Yeah. And I had 2 G-spot orgasms.
Two!
From being on top, which is actually kind of like pivotal to this episode, because usually being on top is not my favorite position. And but it was like the best position for us, and like
God, yes.
where things fit and like touched.
I can't wait to talk about sex positions in this, because there is so much to touch upon about like the stigma of sex positions, what our favourite ones are, what gives us the pleasure, and also how they change from person to fucking person.
And porn and stuff, and like...
And porn, yeah. I think I remember being a teenager and really trying to do the crazy sex positions you see in porn. The ones that like are physically painful. Yeah. Why? Why do they do that? So stupid. But we wank off to them anyway.
Exactly. And it's obviously not pleasurable, but we don't know. No. We just think, oh my God, they're moaning so much. That must feel so good.
They tricked us, man. They thought that the pile driver, when you're upside down and you're getting fucking screwed, like, they thought that we could come from that.
Oh my God. There was this guy that I was chatting to like a while back that was talking about like positions that he was going to put me in. And he said something about me doing a handstand and like him fucking me whilst I was upside down. I was like, none of that sounds like that's going to be very great.
No. Handstand.
Like, I don't understand why that was supposed to turn me on. Like, how would I enjoy sex if I was like on my hands and I was upside down?
Well, the be all and end all, it wasn't supposed to turn you on. It was supposed to turn him on. That's why he suggested it. He didn't once ask you, would this be pleasurable for you? He was going, oh, I think that's really hot and I really like to do that. Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my dude voice.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I would not like that.
Yeah, I'm glad I never ended up fucking him, because what the fuck?
No, that's long as fuck. Like, yeah, fair enough. Sometimes when you're fucking... your head goes off the side of the bed, or you're fucking on the sofa, and like that might happen. And sometimes, not all the time, I like the head rush and feeling like stuck there. Yeah. That can be really sexy, but not like put me in a head like upside down position where I'm having to hold myself while you Also, if I slip, I don't want your penis to like jab me in any other wrong direction.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God, actually, you know what's really interesting about this episode is aligning so well with my sex the other night. Have you ever tried doggy with your legs closed?
Yes. But, yes. But...
What?
I don't know what... Doggy doesn't feel comfortable for me.
So usually...
It's so painful.
It depends on the dick size.
Yeah, it really does. It depends on the angle, but mainly depends on their size.
Yeah.
And doggy just fucking kills my back. Like, not my back, my uterus, my womb, where the back pain feels. I know we're kind of like hopping into this, but I tried it with my legs closed for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, this is like, it feels so much better, because there was something about my legs being like tight around my clit that made it feel better. Yeah, I think I could see that. What I think gets me is, you know, when you have your legs open and your stomach kind of drops, and that creates a different angle for your pussy. Yeah. Like it's almost like a I can't explain. It's not really like a suck in, but I imagine with your legs closed, you don't have that same drop, so it's a nicer angle. Yeah, I preferred it 100%, and I can't believe I've never tried that before either. All right. And it wasn't even my idea. Like, it was his idea, or I was really shook. Whoa. I was like, you know what? I discovered that I really love the fact that obviously we know a lot about what we're doing. I actually hate being the person that goes in and is like, we're going to do this, this, and this. I want someone to just do it for me. Because I'm like, I talk about this for a living almost every single day. I don't want to be the one in charge in this situation. Yeah, fair. I think that's either a submissive thing or like, the pleasure that you gain from like having the lack of control. Yeah. Of, I want somebody else to know exactly what I want. Yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing about this sex as well is that I really discovered
we would need to do a dirty talking episode, because
Yes.
it's not like he was dirty talking, but the way he was like telling me what to do, and like when I was riding him on top, and the way he was just like, yeah, there, like keep going, and that like encouragement, and the fact that it was like he was saying it like right into my ear, and there's something about his voice in that moment that I was just like, that's what like got me to come.
Yeah, I'm sure that's dirty talk. Like, I think when we think of dirty talk, we think of porn dirty talk, and I truly believe that dirty talk is just talking while you're fucking.
Yeah,
and that could be anything really, as long as you're connecting with the other person. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm gonna like the scary movie version where it's I'm gonna fart in your mouth. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be just saying like, oh, like, I don't know, it'd be like, you're with me, I'm with you, we're in this space together. That could be fucking dirty talk if you're having sex at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's turning me on so much. The thing about dirty talk, you're right, we're gonna have to do a whole episode on this, is that it helps you focus in on the pleasure, rather than allowing you to just think of other shit, which is what like I do all the time and I can't come. So as soon as the dirty talk is there and my partner, or Sam, is chatting to me about what's happening, or about a scenario, or like degrading me or whatever, then I'm back in the room, in the present moment with the pleasure.
That makes so much sense, and I've never thought about it like that before.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Okay.
The fuck narrative.
Yeah. Did you end up doing that role play and being really loud in the space between when we've recorded?
Okay, we didn't, but we almost did. It was like, so I had planned to go over to Sam's place.
Yeah.
And he came just as I was packing up all my shit to go to his, because he has a spare key. He came in and surprised me. And I was shook. I was like like freaking out. Someone's coming in my house. I was so turned on, but I was also PMSing hard and I didn't want to have sex.
Oh,
yeah.
No, the timing.
Timing was so shit, yeah. And I've kind of felt like that all weekend. But we had a really nice time together, and I was like, okay, tonight I don't want to have sex, but tonight I really want to just give you head and give you head. Ooh. And make it into a blowjob thing, because it's not that I wasn't horny, and it was just I didn't want the faff of sex at the time. Like I didn't want sex. I wanted something sexual, but not sex itself. My vagina was like, nah, no, not today, please.
Yeah, I actually love those moments.
That was fun.
I love those moments where you can just focus on your partner. It's really fun. I remember back in the day, like actually literally the day before I broke up with my ex, I gave him this whole like lingam massage thing, and it was fun just like focusing on him, and I really loved the whole like almost like the dick worshipping.
The worship, experience. Right?
Yeah,
the worship. I said to Sam as well, I was like, I'm not going to do this quick. I want to slow down and take my time with it.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Did he enjoy it?
Also, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't mean to say it like that, but I'm just like, obviously, but not in like the way that's like, oh, I'm so amazing at head. Just more like it's head. Most people, if you're being given head, most people will enjoy it, unless like teeth get involved or. But this is why you got to concentrate. I know exactly how Sam likes it, and he knows. I suppose we have that already, rather than. I'm just there like, but I was actually thinking about this. So with blowjobs, I was wondering because, this is what we were voice noting earlier about the, like the head move, the hand on top of the head and moving it up and down. And there's something about that does piss me off, because it doesn't turn into something like a fun thing that I'm doing for you. It turns into something that you've suddenly started taking control of, and it's now for your pleasure. Which sounds really complicated, but I was also thinking maybe guys, again, generically speaking, maybe guys want to be on the edge of an orgasm, and that's what's most pleasurable for them. Like the edging part, as they're like just about to come, they got a really hard dick, and so they want that fast-paced blowjob to get there. But women, on the other hand, again, generally speaking, or vagina owners, I should say, like the slow tease, the build up, the mind games, like getting your mind focus into it. So they like kissing around the thighs and then around the lips and then taking your time with your clit rather than just going like, blum, 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 blum. It's two very very different things, and I don't know if that's right, but that's how I'm feeling, you know. Like, I think dudes just want to be on that edge of the cum so bad. That's what's pleasurable for them, so they're like, fucking suck my dick.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what guys think about that, actually, because obviously it is quite common. I'm sure we've all experienced it, someone pushing your head down on their dick and kind of trying to control your head. I personally really hate this because I don't have a massive mouth and I need to make sure I'm in control, so I'm not chomping on your fucking dick with my teeth.
Yeah. Or I think it so depends on the person and the sort of sex that you are having, because I like it when we're in a sort of a dominant, sloppy, like rough way. Then I like being face fucked. But then when it's different, when it's I'm gonna give you a blowjob and I want this control and I want to take my time over it, then I don't like the hand on the head. That pisses me off. It takes me out of it. I'm just like, look, I'm doing this for you. Just like fucking hold your horses and enjoy what I'm about to give you. Because it's almost like the hand on the head is a bit like, you're a bit shit and I now need to take over because it's not giving me enough pleasure. So I want you to do this. That's how it feels.
Yeah, I think it is just a control thing though. Like when it actually comes down to it, it's just that they enjoy being in control and they don't really want to give you the control over their dick. They want to control you over their dick.
And again, like, we are not dudes. We don't own dicks. So this is just what we've sort of figured out over the years. I'm not saying every dude is like
someone.
this.
We need to get a guy. We need to get Hard or Soft podcast back on and ask them all these questions. Let's write down a list of everything that women want to know about guys.
But then again, it's also like we can't just ask one person. We have to ask almost like hundreds of dudes to be able to get the right sort of general.
Let's ask
thoughts.
TikTok.
Shall we? Yeah. We'll get removed instantly. Imagine. It's like you have to be well fucking covert with TikTok. It's like, tell me you want a blowjob, but without telling me you want a blowjob. And then people are there chopping up fucking cucumbers. Like, Christ.
Oh my God. Shall we get into today's subject of sex positions?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're ready. I feel like we've primed ourselves, lubed up, fingered our holes.
Yeah. We're now wet.
Adequately. Sloppy.
Wet,
I mean, dripping.
Oh my God, that was something really cute about the other night as well, is that he asked about lube.
Oh my God, my heart.
I know. And
what a legend.
And he was like, you know, I always used to think that lube was a bad thing, and then I found out that actually lube's great. And I was like, yes.
Lube is great.
Yes.
Nice one. And also, I so appreciate him being honest about that and saying, I used to think it was a bad thing. Like, mate, we all did. That was the way that society and porn brought us up, was lube meant that you were like wrong and broken and you weren't turning the other person on, or vice versa. And it's just the best thing ever.
So cute, right?
That's cute. Yeah, he gets brownie points to that. That's cute.
Okay, let's talk about sex positions.
Florence.
Yeah.
What's your favourite sex position?
You know, actually, we used to say we have our own sex position that we made up, don't we? We have.
Yes, we do.
That's not my favourite position anymore.
No, neither is it mine. That's so interesting. It's different people, right? Different peeps.
Exactly. I think that this is what I experienced at the weekend as well. It's like different positions work better for different people. And that's totally fine. But if I obviously have a generic favourite one, it's definitely just going to be Missionary.
Yes.
It's the
I would also agree that currently Missionary is just the most pleasurable.
Most pleasurable plus most intimate. Like, I can stare into my partner's eyes.
Most
like, connected and lazy for me.
Yeah, most humiliating for me. Because, like, I'm being stared at while I'm being humiliated. I'm like, eye contact.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Love that shit.
And
but what we would talk... Sorry.
I also love, like, that you can get super close and you can also be a bit far away. Like, there's so many ways of doing missionary. Like, you can have your legs up. So, like, you know, there's just so many ways you can do missionary.
Yeah.
It's the number one.
Missionary is so interchangeable and it's easy to move. It's like when you're flat on your stomach, fuck me, there's only so many positions you can do without your back killing you.
That's true. That is so true. Yeah, our old favorite position was the lazy bitch.
The lazy bitch, which is face down. That's literally it. Almost like face down, planking, legs closed.
Not and planking. Like, our stomach is on the bed.
Okay, on the bed, relaxed planking, just like you look like a plank of wood.
Yeah, you look like a plank of wood.
Yeah, and then the penis comes through the back.
Your legs
and then
are quite
into your vagina.
Yeah, your legs are quite like tight together, and it just sort of slips in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And
it was fucking good.
Yeah, and we used to have like our doxies like underneath, like in between our legs at the same time.
Yeah, that was the format. It was lie on the doxy, holding the doxy, and then having someone fuck us from behind.
Why do we?
While we're looking like a blanket.
Why do we have the same trajectory of favorite sex positions?
So I have a theory, and I don't want to say the theory in case it offends people. I have a theory. It's because we were maybe sexually ready to be with other people, not to be with those partners, and so that was kind of like the best way that we could not dissociate, but focus on other things.
Oh my god.
Is that true?
Because my other favourite one at that point was spoons.
Yeah, so you're not looking into their eyes. Fuck.
Oh shit. And then when you actually really like your partner, obviously you do the missionary
connect.
Like, I want to be as intimate with you as possible.
Yeah, and I know that's going to offend people because there are going to be people in couples for years that have been doing that position. Or you know what? There are exceptions to the rule. Sure.
I don't think that that's like a hard and fast rule. I think the fact that we've both gone through those things at the same time works for that rule, because we were both in unsatisfactory sex relationships, and now we have experienced better ones.
Yes, there's not really anything intimate about that position.
No, it's not intimate at all. It does feel good though. It feels really good.
The only thing that I found quite good is that I could definitely get into my fantasy more and sort of make it into this non-consensual role play thing. Yeah. Because if they're behind you, and I loved like an arm choking me out at the same time. Exactly. Yeah, I love that as well. And then I could like, also really focus on like into the pillow. Oh, fuck me, Christ. So yeah, again, it doesn't stop the whole thing being hot and being satisfactory and sexual, but maybe the connection wasn't there with our partners at the time.
Yeah. But I also think, like, actually, it's a weird one, isn't it? The more I like the partner, the less I change up positions. Yeah. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah. But then that's dangerous, because then we get complacent and we just go into fall into that format of, I know what gives me pleasure. Yeah. And this is gonna work, and I think that's dangerous. Like that's when you can have regular sex. Like me and my ex were having regular sex, but it was the same way, the same format, the same position every time, because that's the thing that gives you pleasure. But then what makes sex exciting is the spontaneity and the trying different things and not being afraid to try something and it not working. Yeah. And I think you do get scared to try stuff and it not working, because it's like it's a bigger barrier. Yeah. It's funny though, isn't it? Because like when you think about sex positions, you're like, oh yeah, like there are so many things that you can try out. And then I was just thinking about the positions that I used to do with my ex, and there was probably 3 on rotation. Like it would be missionary, me on top, and then him behind, like doggy. That would be it. That would be the rotation. I feel like people make sex positions into this big, huge, exciting thing, and most of them are just really fucking uncomfortable. Yeah. There are not that many sex positions that are comfortable. And of course, comfort for a lot of vagina owners means orgasm.
Yes.
Without being comfortable, and that includes temperature as well, without being comfortable, we find it even harder to fucking orgasm.
Yeah. I would love to have this conversation with penis owners, because I wonder if like the more extravagant positions work like really well for them, and it's just not working for vagina owners.
Yeah, like standing up. Like, what? How can guys stand up and fucking come?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if that was me, I would collapse on the floor. Like, there's no way my legs are holding me as I come. Absolutely not.
No.
There's no way I can even get there, I don't think. You know, like, this is why shower sex is such like a...
So hard.
Like, ooh, it looks so good. And it's actually just bare difficult.
Yeah.
I'm never going to come in a shower.
I feel like how we all learn about sex positions as well is through porn. And we see all these crazy positions happening, and you see the women, the vagina owners moaning and like the
screaming.
guys.
They're like, oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God, this feels so good. And you're like, now once you know, you're like, babe, like,
yeah, you realise how fucking fake it is.
Oscar.
You're like, oh, yeah. It's like, I still came to that because I believed your fake orgasm, but there ain't no way you'll come in that way. You know what?
No.
Some people can. Some vagina owners can come really easily. Thinking about sex parties as well, how some people can go to a sex party, some vaginas go to a sex party and come loads because almost like that's their kink, that's their fetish. Having other people around doesn't bother them. But for someone else, it would be really hard to. Like, I can't come at a sex party the same way I can come somewhere else in an intimate situation.
This is, I feel like, why amateur porn is kind of better to digest, because amateur porn shows real couples, like real positions, like things that actually feel good. But when you go to like the more glamorized stuff, like the commercial porn, and where it's all like you know, strong lights and fake tits,
all
and,
like perfect,
and it's all those positions are just so like, people need to know the facts and the truth of like this just not being interesting. Like like a headstand whilst you're fucking is it's not going to feel good for the vagina owner.
No. I also think amateur porn as well is getting sneakier, because you've got these real production houses realizing that amateur porn is such a gap in the market. Then they're sending people off to create amateur porn, but it's actually not amateur, it's just amateur style.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall and above, I mean, I would say that the majority of vagina owners would say that Missionary is the most pleasurable. It makes sense physically with the way that our G-spots are. The only thing that I find difficult with Missionary is I can't get my wand in there.
Yes, yeah.
So I really struggle with that. And I love having a full clitoral orgasm whilst a penis... You know, I've actually just realised we've just talked about penis and vagina action, which isn't very fair. Of course, anybody else out there, like Florence and I, we love P and V, but that's not the only sex that can happen. It's just the stuff that we feel comfortable or we feel knowledgeable talking about, because that's what we enjoy.
Yeah, this is.
So I'm so sorry if we're neglecting anyone.
This is from our very much our own experience.
For sure,
as well.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that I had more V on V experience to tell you about that.
Yeah,
but I don't.
That would be lovely. Yeah. That would be nice, because positions of V and V is like insane. Like scissoring feels fucking good, and that looks crazy.
Since I was a teenager, I fantasized about scissoring. Like, if I'm ever like masturbating, I think of scissoring, like just vagina on vagina, vulva on vulva. I'm like, I come almost immediately. I'm like, yes.
Really? But also, is that male gaze? Because I don't think scissoring is actually...
I don't know.
A good position for VR. I think it feels nice, but I don't think it's cum-worthy.
No, in my mind, it feels... in my mind, it's like it would be good, but I have never experienced it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the definition of a fantasy, right? Yeah. Just in my mind, it's perfect.
Yeah, the visual aspect and like the wet on wet kind of rubbing, like, I think it would be more of a mental turn on than a physical one.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a fucking ab workout. How can you sit there and fucking...
Yeah.
Like, that would just kill you. Kill your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, I'm also turning the V on V into like dildo on V. I'm like, yes, strap on. And that's what turns me on as well. If I'm having sex with a girl, I want the strap on. But that's also because I come so much more from penetration than clitoral rubbing.
Yeah. What do you think about 69?
Oh, that's such a good one. I'm not a massive fan. I only do 69 really for my partner because I understand it's such a beautiful visual thing. Like whilst their cock is getting sucked, they can stare directly into my anus whilst eating my pussy. You know, like what wouldn't be hotter? But there is just no fucking. I don't think I've ever come from 69. I
don't know if I've ever enjoyed 69. But I was thinking like obviously every single person can 69.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
and I think I've heard from a lot of penis owners that they really enjoy it, but I don't know if I've ever heard a vagina owner saying that they.
I don't think I've ever
it.
heard that either.
Because for me, the reason why I don't enjoy it is that I can't multitask like that with my pleasure.
Yeah,
I can't
focus.
Exactly. I can't feel the pleasure if I'm focused on giving you pleasure.
Yeah. It has to be two separate things. The multitasking is so hard, especially if you flip reverse it. So if like I'm, instead of I'm being on top, sucking dick like that, you flip it round. So you've got like the dude on top, and I've got so many burnt into my retina before of one choking on dick because it's really hard to back away and like move your pivot your head. Also, all you see is balls and arse.
Yeah, the balls and arse.
Which isn't. It's not a bad thing, but sometimes when you're hot and bothered and your balls, they're all over my eyeballs, and I'm like suffocating on your cock, and I'm just a bit like I'm being smothered by your genitals.
Oh my god!
Whilst I'm trying to focus on my pussy being eaten out, and I can't feel it because it's like numb as shit, and I'm just like, there's just balls and dick everywhere, man.
I don't know about everyone else listening to this, but I have like the visuals in my mind right now of all the times that I've seen the balls and the arse crack from 69, and not once have I been like, yeah, this is really turning me on.
Yeah, it's too hard. It's too hard to be a turn on.
No, I don't.
And that's probably society as well. I wish I could look at an upturned set of balls and anus and be really fucking turned on by it. I really do.
I don't think
something fucked me somewhere.
I just don't.
I want to appreciate the male body in its full. To be fair, I
appreciate the male body. Yeah. I just don't want to be in your butt
male
crack.
bum. Yeah. Because your nose is often in the butt crack. There's just a lot. There's a lot skin on face. There's a lot going on. Yeah, I'm just there suffocating. Yeah. Which can be fun, but it's just it's fun for a different reason. I am not coming.
Yeah. I would never be able to come from 69 unless they were doing like, I don't know, something with a vibrator as well.
Has to be with a vibrator. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about face sitting? Is that a position? I guess so.
I guess so, yeah. I still haven't been able to come face sitting. I've been able to... No, I haven't. I find that really hard. I think it's because I'm very conscious of holding myself up and not crushing the person.
Yeah.
And even though with that TikTok where it's like, fucking sit on our faces.
Yeah.
And even I tried that and I still can't relax. I still can't do it because I'm there just like, this cannot be comfortable for you.
I think...
Why don't... Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think I've had 2 times in my memory where I've enjoyed face sitting. Otherwise, I just feel a bit like... Sometimes I just feel very self-conscious.
Yeah, it is. It's so annoying. I wish we didn't. But that's just part of sex, is like that stupid self-conscious feeling that stops us from coming.
Yeah.
I really want one of those, like, you know, the little stools that you can get with a hole in the bottom. I could sit on a stool and have you eat my pussy. Yeah, that would probably be great.
Ooh, a little... a little hover stool. Oh my god.
A little hover stool, right?
Yeah.
That'd be great, but I just don't think...
I bet that exists somewhere out there, you know.
Oh, I've sat on one in a dungeon before.
For face
sitting stool.
Oh, it's an actual face sitting stool.
Literal face sitting stool.
Interesting. Yeah,
really cool.
The last time that I enjoyed face sitting, I had quite good. Actually, both the times I enjoyed face sitting, I had a lot to hold on to at the same time. So it was like beds that had like posts that I could hold myself up on.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I could relax,
like a good headboard,
more onto him. And also still hold myself up, and then like I really enjoy like grinding on their face.
See, I think I struggle with that. I remember that holding onto the bedpost like that and kind of being hunched over, and leaning on my arms more than my pussy, and just like trying, like, again, lying there and just like focus on the pleasure, but it's just so fucking hard.
I just need them to be very enthusiastic about it, because if they're like having the fucking time of their life, then I feel like I can do it. I think the other time where I enjoyed it was almost including some like mummy daddy role play or something like that.
Hello. Yes, please.
Yeah, and that's what made it hot in the moment, because I was just like, this is so wrong, it's hot.
I love. Yeah, definitely need to get back on the. I feel like I need to unlock a box of pussy eating, and for it to I don't think I've come from pussy eating in like, we're talking like 5 years or something mad, maybe longer. The only time I can come from pussy eating is when Sam's used a vibrator at the same time, and then swapped it out.
Okay, well, if you had a partner who wanted to try like loads of crazy sex positions, do you think that makes them better in bed?
Absolutely not better in bed, but definitely there's an element of being like fun and adventurous and trying new things.
Yeah.
It does not make them better in bed, but I definitely think that it's fun trying new sex positions and having a laugh with it, because you just don't know what's going to be pleasurable, what isn't, what's going to work for you.
This is true. I think the curiosity and the adventurousness of it makes it good. But in my experience, the people that want to do more sex positions are actually the ones that have gained all their knowledge from porn, and therefore aren't going to be better in bed. They're actually going to be worse.
Yeah, it's like the teenage years of when you first start fucking somebody and you're like, oh, shall we do this? Shall we do that? Shall we try all these sex positions we learnt from porn? Yes. And I feel like doing that now at our age, if you're like a 30-year-old man and you're like trying all these sort of very obviously porn positions, then it doesn't bode well.
Yeah, but it feels like a very teenage thing for me, like a very young thing.
Yeah, it feels teenage.
Let's try loads of things out. But
then it could be that sounds fucked as well, because like we want people to try things out and to have that kind of curiosity and dedication.
This is true. I would love to like have a weekend with a partner that I really, really loved and like, you know, was super, super close with, and we would just like explore loads of different positions just for fun, like one weekend, and see if there was anything that really worked for us.
Get the Kama Sutra cards out.
I feel like it could be a really fun little weekend activity.
I think I literally have a Kama Sutra card set.
Yeah.
What's the position? It's not one that is a go-to for me, but it's kind of like Missionary, except there's one, you're tilted to the side, one leg's up on the shoulder and the other leg's kind of out. And then that's where I can get the wand in at the same time whilst I'm being penetrated.
Yeah,
that feels fucking good. But then my leg starts going and I'm like, I don't want to hold my leg up anymore. And it's just like... Oh.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know what it's called, but that is a great one.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I just don't have the limbs. They're just like, you know, like, you can fuck off now. Like, you're actually just in the way.
Like, the one that's great for getting toys in, I think, is like, is it called like the bull or something? And it's kind of like Missionary, but both your legs are on their shoulders.
I do like that.
And like, that's, because they're like, obviously there's quite a big gap between you both. Like, you can shove a wand or whatever you want.
It depends on like the abdomen area and what angle you're going in, because if you're still quite tight in the sort of stomach abdomen area, then you can't get a big old fucking doxy head in there, that's for sure. But you can get like thinner, smaller vibrators. They're just not as powerful. Which
I also really like Missionary for anal sex as well.
Missionary for anal sex, yes,
but mainly because of the intimacy.
Yeah, it's very intimate.
If it's someone that I'm not that worried about being intimate with, then the lazy bitch, I would say, for anal sex.
The lazy bitch does feel good.
Yeah.
What about being on top for anal and for vaginal?
I have never done anal on top, and I don't know if I will.
That's when I had the successful anal.
You were on top?
I was on top. Yeah. I think for anal, for me, I have to be on top. I have to control it. Otherwise, it's too uncomfortable. It hurts too much.
I don't know if I'd ever be relaxed enough if I was on top.
Yeah, you literally have to talk to your anus and be like, relax, motherfucker. I genuinely have to push like I'm having a poo to relax myself.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Because that's releasing the anus muscles. Otherwise, you're right. I think the other way around, if someone's pounding me, then I'm instantly going to be like, nope, and like squeeze right up.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about being on top in general. For me, I'm always like, oh, really? And then sometimes it's actually good. Like this weekend, it was actually really good because it was just hitting all the right spots, and like the way that he could like kind of like talk into my ears, I really like. I don't really feel that much pleasure when I'm like sitting up when it comes to being on top. If I then like crouch down over, like by their face, like by their ear, then that's when I start. And I love it when I like do that and then they take control from underneath. Yeah, like the dominant bottom.
I would agree. So like cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, if you're sitting upright, isn't that pleasurable? It also, I feel uncomfortable because it hits me too deep and it's not nice. And I feel like I'm constantly hovering because I don't want the full size up inside me because again, uncomfortable. But you're right, when I crouch over and not even face to face, like my head in their shoulder, so I'm like really low and it's not a fuck, it's like a rocking back and forth. That's when I can come fucking loads.
I think that's I think that's exactly how I had my G-spot orgasm this weekend. That rocking motion, which I don't know if it's that pleasurable for dick owners. It's because it's not like you think about like the dick and the friction. Rocking is kind of just like moving a bit rather than a full in out. I'm sure it's still pleasurable, but I wonder if it's sort of like the same level of pleasure. I think they're probably getting the pleasure from our muscles tightening inside during that point. But when it happened to me, they immediately afterwards, after I came, then sort of took more control from the bottom. And then
when they
hard.
Hold you up a bit, and then they do the little bam, 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 bam. You're like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, okay, cool, let's finish. Cool. Get yours, honey. Get yours. I'm done.
So overwhelming. I'm just a bit like, okay. Scarecrow. And it does feel good, but like it's not pleasurable. It's just like a different type of pleasure. I'm not gonna come from that. Well, no, I'm not gonna.
You wouldn't come again from that. Like it's kind of game over for you if you've come and then they start doing that. You're like, well, that's not warming me back up at all. So
I'm done.
Get your cum, honey.
You get your cums. That's fine.
What would you say your worst position is? Like your least favourite?
Fuck. I'm trying to think of like all of them. I mean, fuck.
It's actually quite hard, this question, because I think really like what we said earlier, it really depends on the person and the penis.
Yeah. And the size,
or like
the person, what you're doing, where you are, how comfortable you are as well. Because if you're not fully comfortable, you're going to be seizing up and not enjoying it anyway.
Yeah. Anything where my legs are stretched too far and someone's like really trying to bend me into a pretzel kind of shape, I'm like, no. I was like a guy, like, I don't know, like a month ago or something, that had my legs like so tight back. I was like, and he was like, does that feel good? And I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, can you, like, my legs, ow.
Yeah, my legs, yay. And I love like that sort of pretzel movement of both legs on the shoulders being kind of, and that can be really fun, but not for long. My legs fucking kill me.
Yeah. I'm so unflexible, so
So
quite a
flexible.
lot of positions for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just put your legs up there like, no, I could try, but out.
Yeah. And then when you're on top for too long and you just start getting all like the thigh burn and all of that.
Oh, all the cramps. No.
Oh my God. What position do you get the cramp in, like most often? I feel like it's the bull for me, where my legs are like on their shoulders. I always seem to get a leg cramp in that position.
I think that's the first one that I thought of. Yeah, it's hard to know. Like, gotta rehydrate, man, for them cramps, but need a good stretch out. I don't think I've got a worse position. I think it really depends because, like I said, Missionary is my favorite, but Missionary can hurt me the most of all. So
yeah, I would probably say I have least enjoyment out of doggy.
Yeah.
But I like doing
Doggy's
it
not the one
for a partner if they love it.
Yeah, doing it for them. You know, they get to see the booty and the back and your head.
I'm 100% doing doggy for my partner. I'm never doing it for myself.
Yeah, I don't ever sit there like, let's try doggy.
No,
That's gonna make me come.
I would never ever cross my mind. I might for some reason be like, I want to be on top, but I would never be like, let's do doggy. It's always their idea.
I really sometimes I think I'm more like the idea of it is like face down, arse up. That position, the way the position looks is such a turn on, but it's so awkward. And like, again, I can never hold that position if I'm being fun. Like, I just collapse slowly, but collapse.
The only time where I was like, you know what, doggy is quite hot. Well, actually, no, this isn't the only time at all. But like when I was in LA and we were doing an extra mirror, and I looked to the side at the mirror, and I was like,
yes,
damn, I actually look hot as fuck. Like, my body looks great in this position, and it looks hot, like him fucking me from behind. So I was enjoying it aesthetically in that moment.
Or like the stand-up doggy, if you're fucking against like a counter or a windowsill. I mean, that doesn't really happen that often. And again, there's no way I'm coming. But there is something very like, the novelty is fun of doing that. I think,
doggy is very, very novelty.
Yeah.
Unless you have a sex toy.
Fuck, but how are you going to fucking... there's no way my arm is strong enough to hold my metal doxy cast toy to my clit in that angle. I just can't hold it. I would probably
come very quickly, if clitorally, in doggy, I think, if I had a doxy on me.
Yeah, I feel like you need to put that to the test. I kind of want to figure out a position of how I can get the wand on my clit whilst being fucked in slow doggy.
Ooh, slow doggy.
Slow doggy, yeah.
That's the only time it's good.
Yeah, this is turning me on. Fuck.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, why do I let people pound me from behind? I'm just not even enjoying it.
Yeah, why? Why do we do that?
Because we're people pleasers.
I like it now and again. Maybe.
But then also, I guess they probably do things as well that are more pleasurable for us that aren't as pleasurable for them.
Definitely. Faux show. I mean... Fucking, I swear, medal goes to Sam. He's sitting there waiting hours for me to come. I know he's done.
Yeah, I like it when they pull my hair from behind when I'm in doggy.
I agree, but it has to be a full fist of hair.
Yes.
I can't stand a little scrawny. You need to grab all of the hair, as much hair as you possibly can to make it hurt less, because I hate it when it hurts. It takes me out of the pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel pain from hair pulling at all because of...
Do you not?
No, I have trichotillomania, babes. I pull out my own hair. It's pleasurable for me.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, like, my scalp is numb to all pain.
Yeah, that's
so the hair pulling for me is more of like a submissive act rather than a pain thing.
Yeah. I like the submissive act of it, but mine's definitely pain.
Interesting.
So this is why I like wearing a ponytail, because it's very easy to grab and then you can control and move my head and pull my head back. Like, I like that, but it's just never enough. Grab the whole hair, please. We've
gone on such a weird tangent with all these sex position things.
We have. I mean, there's so many things that you can talk about with sex positions, because it's not just about the fucking, it's about the oral and the fingering. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you get in a sex position for fingering? You kind of do like a little side action. Like, on your back and then the other person's on the side, depending on if they're left or right-handed.
Depends, yeah, it depends how they're fingering, whether they're like fingering you whilst laying you out or like...
Fingering, that must be something that dudes do that isn't really that pleasurable for them. But they do it for us.
Yeah, but they're getting to feel the inside of us. Like, isn't that kind of fun for them?
I don't know. You could say the same about we get to hold their cock.
Well, that's kind of fun for us sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm not saying they hate it, but I feel like, I don't know, I love being fingered and they're just like, yeah, cool. Like, and it also fucking hurts their arm as well.
Yeah.
Fingering, when I fingered girls before, I'm like, Jesus. Or if I fingered a bumhole, and they're like, my arm. How do people do this for a long time? I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I love fingering.
I do love
but
it.
But only with like super clean hands, because my poor vagina's just like,
the thing
thrush.
Is that I'm like, have I got BV again because of fingering?
Because of fingering, yeah. You got to scrub them fucking nails clean.
Exactly. I'm almost thinking maybe I should ban people from fingering me, and like if they want to insert something, just get like a glass dildo or something.
Yeah. Or you could buy, I mean, maybe it's just my kink, but buy the latex rubber gloves. I love being fingered in those. It's so like doctory and like medically, and like the lubing up of the fucking latex gloves, putting the lube on, and it feels so good, and then it goes in and it's just, oh babe, you just gotta give it a go. It's so fucking good.
Okay, I'll get myself some gloves, so like every partner I'm like, hey, could you just put this on before you finger me, because I'm sensitive down there.
Yeah, sensitive. And as you said, you got BV, I've got thrush as well. It's my fucking medication.
Oh,
fucking fuck.
Oh man, the woes.
My acne medication just gives me thrush.
The woes of
I haven't
having
even
a
fucked.
vagina, seriously.
Yeah. I think I gave myself thrush by fingering myself.
Yeah, it's the fucking fingers, innit? Like, they've been everywhere, like, really.
They have been everywhere.
I was also thinking, like, when people spit on you, I'm like, there's so much bacteria in your mouth.
I feel like you're right. That could cause an issue and it could change your pH, but we can't be scaring people about spit now.
Oh no, I'm just scaring myself.
There's already so much to scare about spit.
Do you
we
think
love
I'm gonna
spit.
Stop?
Spit's good.
I fucking love spit. Spit in my mouth, like, yeah, all of it. Now that's turning me on. I'm like, yes.
We've lost Florence. She's gone.
Let me just gather myself.
Right, Florence. Bucket list sex position.
Yeah, so something we've always wanted to try.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I was like, I don't really have one, because I feel like, as we said earlier, it really depends on the person and like just being willing to explore. Like, I think that's more of a thing rather than there being like a specific one. And then I realized I was just talking about my fantasy of scissoring, and that's been something that I've always wanted to try. So that's my bucket list position, scissoring, like live out my fantasy.
I want you to scissor and tell me if you can come from it. If you can.
I don't think I'll be able to come from it, but I don't know.
We don't know. It depends on the person, the situation.
Yeah.
Get that lube up all in there. The idea of it is so hot.
Yeah.
But is it realistic? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the thought of putting my vulva on someone else's vulva like makes my pussy flutter.
Yeah. Pussy gallop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any vagina owners out there that can come from scissoring? Please let us know.
Yeah.
Give us a shout. And I'm not just talking about the odd cum. It'd be great to know if you can regularly cum, if it's like maybe a go-to position.
Also, people always say that like scissoring is kind of the lesbian myth, and like no one actually scissors.
Yeah, it's fucking long. It's like a gym workout.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I mean, I've done scissoring before for, again, for the male gaze on the babe shows, doing like porny stuff, like fake scissoring. I was dying. It was so hard to keep that up. The core, the ab work, the legs, like, fuck. I don't want to think about that shit when I'm trying to come. No.
Well, yeah, let us know if scissoring is a myth. Do people scissor or not? So what about you, Reed? Like, what's on your bucket list?
Oh, my bucket list sex position is like so porny.
Is it?
It's unreal. It's basically goes against everything we've been saying.
Oh, do you think it's actually going to feel good?
No.
Okay.
I do not. Well, it's very much like I want to tick it off the list because it's so ridiculous.
Okay, tell me.
I think it's one in a porn video I came across of. I didn't even come to this porn video, but I watched the porn video because I was so shocked by the position. I was like, how have they done this? Oh my God, it was mad. So I don't know what it's called, but it's basically the guy, the woman was doing a headstand on the floor with her legs out, and the guy was a lot smaller than her.
Right.
And he got on top, stuck his dick in, and swiveled himself around in the air by using her legs to swivel. I do not know what that was called. It's something like, I don't know. It could be the helicopter, maybe.
What the actual fuck? That's real. That was actually done.
That was real, yeah. They obviously got like a very sort of a giantess woman and a much smaller dude. But yeah, I remember just being like, what the fuck am I watching? I mean, as much as it is porny, that is a feat of human nature, of human strength.
Wow. Do you think you'll ever actually do that?
You know what? Never say never. Never say never.
Oh shit, that's actually mad. I was not expecting that in the slightest. I didn't even know that was possible.
Why it's stuck in my mind.
I didn't even know that was possible.
No, it shouldn't be. It
Has
shouldn't
anyone
be,
actually ever done it? Fuck. Oh my God. Well, that was a really fun episode, Curious Fuckers. I hope that you enjoyed it as well as we did. That didn't make sense.
And of course,
as well as we did.
Of course, if you love this episode, please share it around, send it to your friends, whoever's done the crazy sex positions, send them this episode over there, tell them to listen. Because word of mouth does wonders for the podcast, better than anything.
Does. And remember to rate and review and subscribe and all of that jazz, because again, that really helps us reach more people, and we need to spread the word of sex positivity, sex conversation.
Sex honesty. Dodgy sex positions.
Dodgy sex positions. Our weird experiences.
Yes. And of course, you can keep more up to date with us via our Instagram, our social media, which you can find at Come Curious, or our personal Instagram accounts at ReadAmberX and Florence Bark.
Yeah, you need to get on the Instagram to get involved with the podcast as well. Like, that's where we ask you questions for the podcast and all of that. And also, we have merch.
We have merch. We have big old bad boy merch.
Yeah.
We got bags, we got stickers, and
a t-shirt.
Potentially t-shirts on the way.
Oh yeah, sexy little Curious Fuckers Club t-shirts.
Yeah, I've got my stickers on my letterbox now, and it says "Put things inside me" and Curious Fuckers Club.
You know what's really sad about my laptop dying as well is that all my stickers on my laptop, and I don't think I'm going to be able to take... The only ones that I'm going to be able to transfer actually are the Fucks Given ones, because they're really good quality and you
such high quality ones. Fuck, that's so annoying.
I know, I'm really sad. I built all those stickers up for 2 years. See, this is why everyone needs good quality stickers like us.
Yeah, these stickers will last.
They will.
All right, we will see you next Thursday, Curious Fuckers.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.